Caregivers, are you and the person you care for not satisfied with your current home care agency? Then you need to call Help at Home, as we offer the highest paid wages, weekly pay, overtime pay, benefits, and do not forget paid time off. Help at Home is actively recruiting caregivers who are caring for a loved one. We make changing agencies quick and easy. Call one of our care professionals now at 412-784-6711. That's 412-784-6711, or go to helpathomepA.com.
Today's Story Worthy is brought to you by Bose Headphones 700. I'm telling you guys, after all the years I've been podcasting and going to concerts, I am super sensitive to sound. And now I've got the Bose Headphones 700, and they are unbelievable. I'm telling you, the Bose Headphones 700 really deliver when it's time to enjoy your music, work from home, or listen to your favorite podcasts like Storyworthy. Bose has improved on what they're most known for, which is, of course, great sound. And now you'll experience an immersive listening experience at any volume with signature active EQ and an impressive bass response. And now you can personalize your environment with 11 levels of noise cancellation. Whether you're listening at low volumes or you really want to crank it up, your music will sound just as it should. To learn more, visit www.bose.com. Hey, it's Christine with Storyworthy. Today on the show, I check in with legendary broadcaster Larry King. I ask him about Trump.
He had enormous ego. Everything dealt with him. He was kind of like a character. He was always great to me. But as a president, oh my God, he is so lacking areas of intellect. It's all about him.
And then I ask him the tough questions like, okay, now have you watched Tiger King?
Okay, I got to think about that show. My son loves it. I don't get it. A tiger rips off a kid's arm, and then they walk around, and there's crazy characters are on there, and the public, it's Netflix's biggest hit.
Today on the show, I chat with Larry King about the quarantine, his kids, and his divorce. Stay close.
Hi, my name is Larry King, and you are listening to Story Lady. Don't touch the dial.
It's okay. Storyworthy.
Hi, it's Larry King. You're listening to Storyworthy. It's a must.
Welcome to Storyworthy. My name is Christine Blackburn, and I'm coming to you in quarantine in Los Angeles, California. And whether you're a longtime fan of the show or a new listener, welcome to Storyworthy. I hope you guys enjoyed the show last week with comedian Dana Gould. Now, Dana told two really wild stories that I won't ever forget, and you won't either. So go back and listen to Dana Gould from last week, but not today, you guys, because today I'm here with someone who has been on the show before, and he was an expert judge on Story Smash. But you guys know him as an esteemed American television and radio host, the one and only Larry King. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Christine. We're both quarantined, right?
Yes, we are both quarantined. Do you have plenty of supplies?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of supplies. I just got going crazy because I don't go out at all. My son is 21. He goes to the grocery store, but this is the worst. I can't imagine anything like this. Who could have thought this could ever happen, to quarantine the country? But it is what it is. I wasn't here in 1918 when that flu spread, so I don't know what that was like. But I know this country has never been in the fix that it's in, and we don't have very good leadership at the top, sad to say. So I hope we can, the best thought I can have is to muddle through.
Yeah, I've been thinking about what you've been thinking because you've seen so much in your life, especially being someone as active and outgoing as you are.
Luckily, Monday and Wednesday, I get to do my job. They come to the house, they set up the whole thing, and I do interviews from the house. I can at least do that. So at least, not outside, but at least have the experience of working.
Sure. But Larry, how many people come into the house?
Oh, no one comes into the house but one engineer. The rest are on their computer screens. So the only people who come to my house are Erica, who takes care of me she's like part of the house. Uh, David, who is the engineer, and my friend Greg, who visits with food occasionally. They all wear masks.
Okay, I am so glad you're being safe.
Oh, you're not kidding. And anyone can get this. No one's immune from it. Rich, poor, Latino, black, Jewish. This virus knows no enemy. It takes everything.
Yeah. How are your boys?
21 is with me. The 20-year-old is with his mother. Chance is at Southern Cal, but he works by internet. He does his work every day. Cannon goes to junior college, and he doesn't quite have that amount of work to do. Both are great kids. They're great kids. I miss Cannon with me. But, hey, it's good to have Chance. He takes good care of me. In fact, almost too good.
You're such a wonderful father, and I always loved seeing you with the boys at the Dodger games.
You will again if they ever return. I grew up a Dodger fan growing up. I'm so glad I showed the boys baseball, took them to baseball games when they were 4 and 3. One of the toughest things about this time is no sports. There's no sports.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts. No sport.
It's really odd.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Odd ain't the word. You turn on, where's baseball? Where's the end of the NBA? I don't know how they're going to get to go back too quick. As long as you have this 6 feet parts, you're going to have a baseball stadium with people sitting 6 feet apart. It's going to be a joke.
So what is the news you're watching, Larry? Who do you trust now?
I watch the network news every night at 6:30, and I watch MSNBC. I know everybody that works there. I don't trust Fox at all. And my old homeland, CNN, I still watch them. I'm a news junkie, but I also found myself of late watching movies. And, you know what I mean? It gets to be too much. I can't say I can't take it. I got no other course. But I look outside my window. It's such a sunny day here in Los Angeles, as most of them are. And no one's on the street. No one's on the street.
It's so strange. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the gas prices are super low. But who cares, because no one can go anywhere.
I haven't noticed because I haven't been out. But I would guess they are pretty low. They've cut down on all consumption, sure.
So who's your favorite nightly news anchor right now?
I like the guy on ABC is very good, young guy. I like Brian Williams on MSNBC. I like a few. This is a tough time to be an anchor. You don't bring any good news. You're only bringing bad news. This is just, Kate, we should postpone this interview until another time, because all we're going to do is depress each other.
No. Listen, I want to tell you how much I admire you, Larry. You keep moving forward. And I know you went through a recent divorce, and that's got to be tough. But if you're not happy, you have to get out, yeah?
Yeah, I just didn't work. I mean, we're still friends. But look at it this way, Kay. I'm going to be 86 years old. I've had every disease you could have. I've had cancer. The number one candidate for the coronavirus. What the coronavirus fits, it fits me. Senior citizen, heart disease, diabetes. I wonder how it's missed me.
Because you're taking the precautions.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this so I've discovered in life is, at this age, when my marriage was unhappy and we discussed it, at this age, my wife gets mad when I say this. I don't want to do anything I don't want to do. It's selfish, very selfish. I don't want to do anything I don't want to do. Period. So
it makes all the sense in the world.
For someone my age, it doesn't make sense if you're 40. you're 40, you got to visit the in-laws. You know, the things you got to do in marriage. You got to put up with things. I don't have to do anything like that, and it feels wonderful. I like being married. We were married 23 years. Um, she's a beautiful lady. She's only 60. I'm sure she'll meet someone. But right now she's up visiting her folks in Utah with Canon, and they're quarantined in their house up there. There's nothing like it. I don't know what they're bearing on. There's just nothing like it.
Now, do you know if your parents were alive during the 1918 Spanish flu? Did they ever talk about it?
Something funny? I never did. They were both alive, both young. I was born in 33. I don't remember anybody ever telling me a story about 1918. Must have happened.
Yeah.
I must have had a lot of stories. But remember, they also had communications vehicle. We now do. There was no television.
That's right. And also, you were so young when your father passed away. You were only 9.
That's been the most telling blow in my life, the loss of a father. Every boy should have a father.
Yeah. And that might be why you're such a good one.
I guess that's good reasoning. Yeah, I guess I am a good father because I never had one. I mean, my father, when I was 9, he died. So I knew him, but didn't really know him. My brother, who just passed away, sadly, my brother was 6. He has no memory of my father. He looked like the actor Dane Clark.
Oh, wow.
He was a good-looking guy, and he had a Yiddish voice, Yiddish accent. But he had a very good voice. I must have got my voice from him because he had very deep tones, and he was tough. He was rough on me. He was not easy. I'm a much easier. He was very strict. We used to go to Hebrew school, and one day I didn't go to Hebrew school. I didn't go. So my father's sitting at one side of the table, my mother next to him, I'm next to him, and my brother is on the other side, and he's eating soup. My father, and a cat says to me, "How was Hebrew school today?" And I lied. I said, "Fine." He didn't say a word. He whacked me across the room. He hit me. I went across the room, and he kept eating his soup. Then he said to me, "Never lie."
I bet it worked, right?
By the rod. It was a different world. You can't do that now.
What was your mother doing?
She was yelling at him, yelling at my father, and coming over to grab me because it was such a shock. He whacked me with the pan. I flew out of the chair. And he kept on. What mystified me was he kept on eating the soup. He just kept eating the soup. Don't lie. He kept eating the soup. It was now it's funny.
Have you told your sons that story? It's a funny story.
They know all my stories. There's nothing to tell my sons. I've told them everything.
I have to say, your voice has gotten better over the years.
Well, I stopped smoking 25 years ago. And the voice had more scratch to it. It's still not perfect. It's not the way I'd like it to be, but I've always been lucky with that. I've never taken voice lessons. I've never had maybe 2 or 3 sore throats in my life. I've been lucky that way. I except for the heart attack, I missed almost no work in 62 years. I went to work because it wasn't really work.
Right, because it's what you wanted to be doing.
It was a joy. I did a lot of comedy, and I did my own television show. It was fantastic to do your own show. And for all those years, 26 straight years in one place on one network, it's all incredible to me. And when I think about it, I look about it and I sometimes say, "Kate, was that me? Did that happen to a Jewish boy from Brooklyn? His father died when he was young with a little." I remember the first time we were international. So anywhere I went in the world, I was known. And we went to South Africa to do some shows. And I'm walking down this village, and this guy sticks his head out of a hut and says, "Laddie King live."
That is a terrific story.
Oprah Winfrey tells a story. She's on a safari, and they're in Africa, a photography safari, and it's obvious that the head of the safari doesn't know her. You know, obviously he doesn't know her.
Right.
So she said to him, do you know who I am? And he said no. Then she said to him, do you know Johnny Carson? He said no. She said to him, let's go list the names. And finally he said to her, you know Larry King?
That's a terrific story.
And as Oprah said, that blew her mind. When Ted Turner was such a genius that he was able to put a network on all over the world. And there was nothing like those days at CNN, and riding high, and presidents and dictators and bad people and good people. We had them all.
Now, I remember when you interviewed Linda Tripp.
I did. Had my name in all the obituaries in Time, in New York Times. She was the one that came up with the blue dress. Save the blue dress.
Was she hard to interview?
She was a tough lady. I liked her. A lot of people didn't. A lot of Clinton fans certainly didn't. I was a Clinton fan. I liked Bill a lot. But there was something about Linda Tripp I liked. And of course, she turned out to be right. Found her forthcoming. She had a great story to tell. My God, you can't sit with a better story than that about the President of the United States and a blue dress. And she's the one that told to keep the dress. Don't clean the dress.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What a life we've lived through, huh?
I'm telling you, it's wild. Now, what would you say to Donald Trump right now? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he talked to you.
He did come on when he was running. Well, I'd known him for 40 years. I must have interviewed him 20 times.
Yeah, you've had a good
very
relationship
good, but
with him.
I never thought president. I mean, he was fun to be around. He caught me at all his hotels. He had enormous ego. Everything dealt with him. He was kind of like a character. And as my friends and I would have dinner with him and stuff, he was a character. When I had some small surgery in New York, he took my wife to dinner the night before. He was always great to me. But as a president, oh my God, he is so lacking in areas of intellect. It's all about him. Now, it's okay to be all about him but it's not okay to be all about him if you're president. And it's all about him. This is all about him.
He doesn't have the skill set. He never did.
Right. If this is not, he's a businessman. He's just.
Yeah, I mean, we need a public
You know what he's
servant.
in? He's in over his head.
Yeah.
And we bear the brunt of that, So I'm only hoping that wise lips persuade him somewhere. I don't see that happening because when you deal with Donald, everything has to do with how he looks. Every move he makes is, will he be reelected? There's that joke of his wife said to him, God, I'm cold. And he says, you can call me Donald. That's
so
Donald
funny.
Trump.
Hey, listen, what are some of the shows you've been watching while you kill time in quarantine?
I watch the new shows. I watch Seinfeld every night. I watch repeats. That's
nice.
Most brilliant. That's such a brilliant show. That crew, they did an incredible job. The laughs were incredible. The show about nothing.
Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, super funny.
So it's really, well, he's a genius. That show has no script. They tell everybody the scene, they play out the scene, then they edit out the best parts, but it's all their own feelings.
Okay, now have you watched Tiger King?
Okay, I got to think about that show. My son loves it. The New Yorker magazine just reviewed it now for 4.5 pages. I don't get it.
Wow.
I don't get it. A tiger rips off a kid's arm, and then they walk around, and there's crazy characters around there, and the public, it's Netflix's biggest hit. Certain things, maybe I have to look at myself. What did I miss? I missed something here. Because first of all, I'm Jewish. Tigers don't thrill me. This kid put his arm in the tiger's nest. The kid is nuts. Nuts.
No, I mean, it's okay. A lot of people hated the Tiger King. You're not the only one. Larry, I am encouraged by you, and I am so glad to see you're still doing the show.
It's on YouTube. It's on Aura. It's on Hulu. I'm all around. Just I'm not on the big networks, but all together, we have an enormous viewership, especially overseas. We got millions overseas. We lead the world in viewership.
Well, over 60,000 interviews is a lot of interviews.
Damn is. I didn't miss many. Oh, what a day. Now, another big day. I got a big day coming, KO, to tell you about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
This will be over in a couple of minutes. Gonna have a little lunch. Then I'm gonna do my exercise, walk around the park, walk around the house. I walk around my apartment with a walker. I had a stroke last March, and the only thing that left me with I can't walk on my left foot.
And what is wrong with the left foot?
What do they call it? Drop foot. So I worked with the therapist, but now he can't come. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I can move it around. It's just when I step on, I can walk with a walker, which is fine. When we go outside, I'll take the walker, and I'm learning to walk with a cane. I don't care if the left foot never comes. By the way, the left foot is of no use unless you're walking. Look at your left foot. Look, what does your left foot do for you? Nothing but walk. But you don't appreciate the damn left foot until you don't have it. And that's true of so many things in life. We don't appreciate it until we don't have it.
Listen, I admire you so much, and I am just so thrilled that you're doing all right. And I just want to wish you the very, very best, Larry.
Same to you. Okay? I'll think about you. I'm trying. Thanks, Sonny. Great talking to you.
All right. One more time on behalf of the legendary Larry King. Thank you so much for coming on the show, sir.
Thanks, Sonny.
My name is Christine Blackburn saying, make it a story-worthy week.
Thanks for joining us on the Storyworthy Podcast. We'll be back next week with all new stories. Subscribe to Storyworthy on iTunes and visit the Storyworthy website at storyworthypodcast.com.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
Cedar Point's Frontier Festival is back and brimming with new flavor. From May 26th through June 19th, this Old West-inspired street fest will fill Cedar Point with live bands, nightly hoedowns, and a hubbub of family activities. Yup, you'll find wheelbarrows packed with sunflowers and characters straight out of the frontier, but you'll also discover 25 cherry-inspired dishes and over 65 cocktails, seltzers, and beers. Get all the fixins, plus savings to boot with a Frontier Festival bundle, which includes admission, parking, and a tasting card. Only at cedarpoint.com.